Oh yeah, in fact, you did want to pray for us. Oh yeah, pray for us. Iguisi. He has gone out. Oh yeah, Madaki, please pray for us.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I have Father, King of Glory, we want to thank you for this opportunity to attend this class. Oh Lord God, as we attend this class, oh Lord God, may you grant us knowledge and understanding in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
We shall understand everything we shall be taught today in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Thank you, Father, for answered prayers. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Amen. So, welcome back to class. And just like I said, in the last class, I gave you an assignment. You were to explain the use of irony in the castle of Otranto. And just 4 students submitted their assignments. Madaki, Gwisi, Dolapo, and Peace. Please keep it up. Please, anytime you're given an assignment, is for your own good. Please ensure you submit. That is the only way you can know if you've done the right thing or the wrong thing. Please ensure you do that. And so today we'll be looking at Robert Frost's Birches. But before we go on, at least we treated that, right? We have done this poem, yes or no? Birches.
Yes,
About a boy swinging on a birch tree. Daniela.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let me just give you an introduction. We said a birch tree, and we said that birch tree is usually found in the what? Temperate region. And the poetic personae talks about a boy swinging on a birch tree. He talked about the poetic personae climbing and also swinging on that what? Birch tree. Eventually, some of the branches of the birch tree were told what? Were bent, right? Now, the bending of that birch tree was caused by something. It was caused by something. And as we read through the poem, we get to understand that the poetic personae was actually in a state of something. I'm just giving an introduction. If I give you the answer, there are questions I need you to answer. So if I say some things now, I'll give you the answer. So the poetic personae was in a state of something. That was why he assumed or saw a boy swinging on a birch tree. Now, before we move on, we treated this in class. So I have some questions. Let's bring back our memory and see how much you remember some of the things we treated in class. Now, question 1, and that question is for Daniela.
Okay.
All right. Yes, oh God. Try. I know you know it. What actually caused the branches of the birch tree to bend? Is it because of the ice storm or because someone is swinging on them?
My boat.
Are you sure?
Ma, is the ice storm.
Is the ice storm? Final answer.
Yes,
so which one are you going for? Boat or ice storm?
Ice storm.
Good. Madaki, which one are you going for? Madaki. Which one are you going for? Question 1. What actually caused the branches of the birch tree to bend? Is it because of the ice storm or because someone is swinging on them?
It's because of the ice storm. Someone swinging on them can make them bend to the ice storm.
Don't go far. I just want. Dorothy.
Ma.
Is it the ice storm? Is it because someone is swinging on them or both? As a man is looking at her exam focus.
No, ma.
So what are you looking at today?
My notes.
Okay, oh yeah, tell me now. Choose one.
Ma, it's because of the ice storm.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma.
Final answer.
Yes, ma.
Okay, very correct. What actually caused the branches of the birch tree to bend is because of the what? Ice storm. Now, question 2. For the poetic personae, seeing someone swinging on a birch tree was as a result of his what? Now, if you agree that the what actually caused the branches of the birch tree to bend is because of the ice storm. Now, what made the poetic personae to assume that someone has been swinging on a birch tree? It is because of what? Omoye, I want to see your video on. If it's not on, I'll remove you from this class. So who is answering my question? Try. You all know it. Okay, remember we said the bending of those branches of the birch tree, you guys all agreed that it was bent because of what? The ice storm. So what now made the poetic personae to feel that he has seen someone swing on a birch tree? For the poetic personae, seeing someone swing on a birch tree was as a result of what? What was he doing? It was as a result of him doing something. What was that?
I was imagining.
I'm not hearing you.
It was his imagination.
Good, thank you very much. He was imagining a boy swinging on what? A birch tree. And that was because he was what? Missing his what? Childhood days. Because he had grown into what? An adult. So, and he knows that he cannot return back to his what? Childhood. And the only way he could create memories of his childhood was for him to what? Assume seeing a boy swing on a what? Birch tree, which is one of the games children love playing when they were young. All the students in my class, please, I'm begging you in the name of God, put on your video. If I don't see your face, I will take you out of my class. I begged you to come to class. So now, please, Obina, I won't call you again. Now, for the poetic personae, we said seeing someone swing on a birch tree was as a result of his imagination. Very correct. Now, question 3. The poem explores the power of their options here. Obina, you answer this question. The poem explores the power of the A, wind, B, escape, C, imagination, D, emotions. Obina, that's your question.
Imagination.
Imagination, correct.
Imagination.
Correct. Now, according to the poet, his redemption and escape from the diverse problems of man in this world is, according to the poet, his redemption and escape from the diverse problems of man in this world, according to the poem. Not use the poem, we're using the poem now. If you remember the poem, he talked about, remember we said he is swinging on a birch tree, going up and coming down. So according to the poem, his redemption of an escape from the diverse problems of man in the world is A, everlasting, B, forever, C, temporal. Iguisi.
Temporal.
Temporal. Correct. Very correct. I like your spirit this morning. No, not this morning. Please keep that spirit up. Not only this morning. Number 3. For the poet, climbing the birch tree is a metaphor of for the poet. Now, there are 2 questions here and they are confusing. You have to follow keenly. Question 3 and question 4 are somehow confusing. But if you get it, it means you really know what you're doing. For the poet, climbing the birch tree is a means, okay, it's not a meta, is a means of what? A, freedom. B, arrival. C, escape. D, ascending. Madaki. Eh? You said the answer is what?
Freedom.
Freedom. Are you sure? Daniela, what do you pick? For the poet, climbing the birch tree is a means of what?
My freedom.
Okay.
Wait.
Who has another?
Wait.
Who is that?
My mother, my king is ascending. My good party.
I think it's ascending.
My is not freedom.
Wait now, Max. I'll give you the answer, but I want you to be sure. You know, I told you that about climbing and actually swinging. So, what is the answer? Now, okay, let's do 2 answers off and 2 answers correct. Now, which answers are we taking off now to get our 2 correct answers? Dorothy.
Ma.
Okay, pick 2 incorrect answers from here. Incorrect answers. There are 2 incorrect answers here.
Ma, arrive and
Arrive and what?
ascending.
Okay, arrival and ascending. Do we all agree? Do we agree? Oh yeah, answer me now. Ikwisi. Obina, do you agree?
Manu.
No. Madaki said no. Daniela, do you agree?
Huh?
Do you agree with her answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Obina, do you agree
Yes,
with her answer? It's either yes or no. You are just smiling. Yes or no? Iguisi, are you going with Dorothy's answers? You're hearing me. Just tell me yes or no. Your network is bad. Omoye. So, okay, we're bringing out arrival and ascending. Very correct. Arrival and ascending are not part of the answer. So we have freedom and escape. So what is our answer?
I have something from my new.
Escape.
I have something.
Daniela, you're confused?
No, ma.
So the answer is between freedom and escape.
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 Escape. Correct. The answer is what? Escape.
Escape.
From the poet, climbing the birch tree is a means of escape. Now he's escaping from what? The worries of what? Life. Are you getting me? Remember, he has grown up to become an what? Adult. Are you getting me? So climbing that birch tree is a form of escape from the harsh realities and challenges of life. Now, question 4. The act of swinging on that birch tree now is presented as a way of what? Since
Freedom.
climbing is a form of escape, swinging now will be a form of what? Obina. Mute yourself. Abi, unmute yourself.
Ascending.
Wow.
Yes. Please, let's make the class lively. Daniela, what do you pick?
Ma ascending.
Wow.
I have my freedom.
Eh?
Freedom.
It's freedom now. Daniela, climbing is a form of escape. Swinging now is a form of what? Freedom. You are free, you know? He's already swinging. Are you getting me? Now,
Yes,
he in
ma'am.
climbing, he wants to go away from the harsh realities of what? Life. You know, he's now an adult. Now, swinging on it now means he's free, totally free. It is when he comes down, back from the birch tree, that he now returns back to the challenges of what? Life. So, he climbing is a form of escape. Swinging is a form of what? Freedom. Please take notes. Now, question 5. When the boy climbs the tree, he is dashed to a celestial place of experience. Ascending, descending, happy, climbing.
Ascending.
Eh?
Ascending.
Ascending, correct. That means he's moving up. This celestial should give you the clue that we're talking about ascending. He's going up to heaven. So when the boy climbs the birch tree, he's ascending to a celestial place of what? Experience. So it means you guys still have a good idea of Robert Frost's Birches. So now let's quickly go back to the analysis. Now, we said Frost was influenced by his childhood experience of swinging on birches, which was a popular game for children in rural areas of New England when he was young. The poetic personae is aware that the bent branches of the tree is as a result of what? Ice storms, just like we explained earlier. When he saw that boy swinging on that birch tree, his imagination was what? At play. Because he was nostalgic of going back to his what? Childhood days, which is not what? Possible. So he decided to bring his imagination to play, where he actually saw that boy swinging on a birch tree. Now, however, in order to create the memories of his childhood, he prefers to think and imagine some boys been swinging on them. Swinging on them means the boy's been swinging on the birch tree. So by doing this, he is transported to the good old days of his childhood through his what? Imagination. So imagination played a very key and important point in the poetic personae's search for as in his childhood experience. Thus, the poetic personae connects with the desire in every man to escape from the harsh reality of life into a world of happiness, even if it's for a while. And that while is what? Temporal. You know, as a child, just like I explained to you in class, you have no worries. All your needs, all your desires are being provided for. But when you grow into adulthood, there are some decisions you need to take for yourself. There you begin to experience the harsh reality of what? Life. And so those days of being taken care of is actually what the poetic personae misses and wishes he could go back to. And that is not what? Possible. That is why he made use of what? His imagination. Now, the poetic personae begins to appreciate nature and its season. Now, in appreciating nature and the season, he describes how the tree shed off its shell after it has been affected by what? The breeze. I think that should be in stanza 2, in stanza 2, either stanza 2 or stanza 3 of the poem. Stanza 1 talked about how the birch tree is being burnt by ice storms. So chapter 2 or stanza 2, and stanza 3 is when he describes how the tree shed off its shell after it has been affected by the breeze. So at a metaphorical level of interpretation, remember a metaphor is a what? Is an indirect comparison without the use of as and like. And so at a metaphorical level of interpretation, the description of the shape of the birch tree that is burnt, withered and broken. Remember we said when the tree shed off its shell and is being affected by the tree, we said the tree bends, is withered, and is broken. And so this is a symbolic reference to the life of every resilient human being who is ready to persevere and a strong resolve to endure even in the worst situation and experience of life. Daniela, why are you smiling?
Ma, nothing.
I hope people are not chatting in my class.
No, ma.
If I catch you chatting, I will just wonderfully and respectfully remove you. Eh?
Ma, we're not chatting.
Okay. Now, I said, you remember we said when something is burnt, is withered and is broken, means there's no hope. There's no hope of survival for that tree or for that object again. Now, but according to the poem, when the tree becomes burnt, Omoye, can you sit straight? When the tree becomes burnt, withered and broken, talks about the resilient nature of every human being to endure even in the worst situation and experience of life. Your ability to endure the worst situation and experience of life. Now, finally, reality dawned on the poetic personae when he realizes that he is only experiencing his power of imagination. That boy swinging on that birch tree is not real. His imagination was only put to play. And so, as an avenue to escape the harsh realities of the world, the lines of the poem gives us the opportunity as human beings to dream using only our what? Imagination. And so, overcoming and subduing all the birch trees of life. Now, when we talk about subduing all the birch trees of life, we're talking about all the problems which man encounters in life. So that tree that is burnt, that tree that is withered and broken, are the problems which man encounters in life. And let me come again. I said overcoming and subduing all the birch trees of life. That is, all the problems which man encounters in life can only be a what? A wish. Why? Because it can only be played using your imagination. So, which means that as one grows into adulthood, the joy of childhood disappears and one is faced with different challenges and responsibilities of adulthood. That's why I explained to you. As an adult, you cannot go back to your what? Childhood. You can only imagine or dream of how you've spent your what? Childhood days. And that can only play out when you imagine all the things you did when you were what? Young as a what? Child. And so the poetic personae wishes to escape from the world. And even if we're to come back, he wishes to start over as what? A child. Why? Because the childhood days, like I said, is free of what? Challenges. It is free from situations. It is free from the problems of what? Life. And so the poetic personae wishes that he will escape from the world, even if it's for a while. And if he were to come back, he is to return back as what? A child. So remember we said the birch tree bending was as a result of what? The ice storms. And in stanza 2 and 3 of the poem, we were told how the bent branches were affected by the storms, by the ice storm. And so the poetic personae saying a boy swinging on a birch tree was only as a result of his what? Imagination. Why? Because he has missed his childhood days and now an adult and wish he could return back as a child where he won't be able to experience the realities, the challenges, and the situations of life. Is that clear?
Yes.
So, Frost makes a connection between heaven and earth. Now, when we say heaven and earth, it means when he sees or he imagines himself ascending and descending on what? That birch tree. You know, when he's swinging, you go up and you come down. So he imagines himself ascending and descending. That ascending means he's free from what? The challenges of what? Life. Descending down is when he returns back to actually face what? The realities of what? Life. We also said he makes a connection between the imaginative and what? The concrete. Imagination is where he imagines a boy swinging on the birch tree. And the concrete is actually when that birch tree was what? Bent as a result of what? The ice storms. Is this still confusing, or is the explanation is okay now?
It's okay, ma'am.
Daniela, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Obina, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is your assignment. Please endeavor to do the assignment. Let me mark and give you your feedback. That is only when you will know if you're doing the right thing or not. Malaki, the question I gave you, you and Igwisi, you tried. Igwisi, are you listening? Igwisi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that aspect of the use of irony in the Castle of Otranto, you did a very good job. But now, you missed something out of your introduction. You were to define what irony is. It is only when you know what irony is that you will know that the use of irony in the Castle of Otranto is dramatic, and it is also what? Also what? Situational. It is only when you know what irony is. So next time, please try to define what irony is. But in case you don't know, you can't remember, you are already in a hot seat. If you can't remember what irony is, instead of giving a wrong definition where you score 0, it is better you continue like that. But in a normal examination condition, you're supposed to define what an irony is. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please. I will ensure the note is sent to the YouTube channel. Please go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and get your notes and copy. Please copy the notes. Now, this is your assignment. Comment on the form and structure. When we say form, when we say structure, you should know what form and structure is. Comment. I gave you some keywords you should familiarize yourself with when you're answering questions on literature. Comment on the form and structure of the poem Birches by Robert Frost. Now, when you do this assignment and submit, I'll try and mark it and give you your feedback, but we'll also treat it in the next class so you will know where you've done good and where you've done wrong. Now, I said write the answers in your notebook and then submit a soft copy of the to the email address below. This is my own email address now, no longer the school email address, comfortadeyanju1@gmail.com. Please, this is where you submit your assignments to. So it will be easy for me to mark and give you your feedback. Any question?
No.
After this poem, which other poem do you want us to treat? Please, that person playing music, mute yourself, please. Which other poem do you want us to treat? Or I should just pick at random myself?
My anvil and the hammer, up till now, I have not treated it.
That's the only poem we have not treated.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay, we'll do that in the next class. But that next class, okay, so we should leave. Should I leave the answers to this first and treat anvil and hammer, or we should treat this before going to anvil and hammer?
Let's treat this one first.
Okay,
No, let's
so
finish this one.
all right, in the next class, we're going to treat this in class, then we'll move to the anvil and the what? Hammer. Please do the assignment so that I can give you the feedback, then we'll treat it in class, then we'll move on. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please tell your other classmates that literature teacher is back. So have a wonderful day.
You too, ma.
And enjoy yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye, ma'am.
All right, bye.